Hi, my name is Candace Stevens. I'm a yoga teacher and I have a master's degree in clinical psychology. I used to work full-time as a trauma specialized therapist. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the connection between the mind and the body and how the practice of yoga can help us come to a much deeper understanding of it. So, the way we do anything gives us insight into the way that we do everything. Every day, we unconsciously reenact patterns in our bodies, whether it's how we drive to work, how we type on our computer, or how we interact with others, how we see the world, how we organize and shift things. And for the most part, these actions are done without conscious awareness. We don't think about how we drive to work. We don't think about how we type in our password or how we make food. Whatever thing it is, our body kind of just goes on autopilot. Our mind goes on autopilot. And this can be very helpful, but it can also detract from our connection to what we're doing. And we often miss deeper insight when we are just going through the flow without being present to it. So very often when we are practicing yoga, we can get a lot of little clues and ideas about what's going on in our mind. For instance, if you're doing a posture or pose and you start to judge yourself, if you feel you're not performing well, if you start to attach a value judgment to yourself based on that, it may be an indication that you're doing that with other stuff in your life as well. How do you judge yourself when you don't perform well? How do you judge yourself when you do perform very well? You might also notice the way in which you engage with difficulty. If something is hard, do you love to lean into it, or do you want to pull away, shut off, and go somewhere else as fast as you can? And especially if you tend towards that latter, there can be a physiological response to that as well. We often hold our breath, get tense, or we go in another direction. Perhaps we take a drink, perhaps we do something else to avoid going into that sensation and feeling. So there's a lot of different ways in which yoga can help us get to the heart and the truth of what is going on in our body, in our mind, and then start to give us the foundation to change it, because we can't really change it until we see it. The unconscious, when unconscious, will determine your actions without you knowing it. There's a great Carl Jung quote about that. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And so in yoga, we might call this practice of understanding and exploring this as svadhyaya, or self-study. In the next few weeks and months, I would love to start making more videos talking about the concepts of yoga, mental health, Western psychology, Eastern philosophy, and how they intersect. I would love to take your questions and start to vibe on it, talk about it, explore it more. I'd even be really happy to have conversations and dialogues about this here. So again, my name is Candace Stevens. I've been teaching yoga for 8 years. I've been exploring these ideas and concepts since I was 18, so I guess that's 13 years, something like that. Please feel free to reach out to me directly or check out my website, CandaceStevens.com. Love to hear from you more.